Look at another fibble. This is the game. It's exactly like Wordle, but on every row, one of the clues is a lie. They're starting us with FRIAR, which is interesting. The double R thing there is interesting because, yes. Let's look at the two R's for a second. Now, let's assume they were both true. Is that possible? The answer is no, because the yellow R tells us there's an R somewhere else, right? But the gray R tells us it can't be second. So if you put an R first, third, or fourth, how should this be colored? Because if neither of those R's are in the correct place, and there is one R in the puzzle, the first R should be yellow, not the second one. So we know one of those two has to be a lie. They can't both be true. Therefore, the other three letters have to be true because the lie has to be one of those two. Now, it could be this one is a lie and it's supposed to be green, or it's supposed to be yellow. You know, if you had something with a double R like that, then it would be the first one that's the lie. Or if you had an R at the beginning and third or something like that. And so that's possible. It could be that it's supposed to be green, FR. And then that would mean that there is two R's, though, because so that would pretty much have to be this. And we've got, you'd have to have the I at the end. So for that gray R to be green, it would be that, which is not a thing. So if that's the lie, I think it has to be yellow. Which would then mean that has to be the third and fourth because the F is at the beginning. And you've got the I, so it would either be this or that. And I don't think either one of those works. So I don't think this can be the lie. I think that's true and this is the lie, which means either there's no R or there's an R at the end. Something like that. You could do, well, something like fixer if you want to use the... I was using the X as the filler letter, but it's probably better to do a more common letter, something like filer or finer. I mean, you can't get a finer guess than that, right? So let's go with it. Okay, very interesting because, that kind of fits what we were thinking. If these are true, then, it could be the E that's the lie, and it's fixer or filer, or one of those. Let's see if we can fixer up our guess. Ooh, okay. So one of the I's is a lie. One of the R's is a lie. Everything else has to be true. So it's not ER. And it's also not right. So if this is true, if the green R is true, then the I has to be here. There is an I for sure. We already knew that, but it would have to be there. And without the A, you can't do AIR, you can't do EI. You could do OIR. Otherwise, it feels like you need to have another vowel in there somehow. You're not going to have a triple consonant after the F. But you could also do something like this, or... But I'm not seeing much good there. So the other option is there's no R, and the I is second. And we would have this and new letters. We could do fight. Let's fight for our right to solve the puzzle. Okay. We know this is true. If the green I is the lie, it's the lie twice. But then we're back to the R at the end, and I think that's hard to do. In fact, if the green I is the lie, the R and the H have to be true. So you would have HR, and there would be nowhere to put the I. So those can't be the lies. The green I has to be true, which means this is a lie. This is true, lie. Okay, and then... could we do if the okay, so if the G is the lie, then it would have to be that, which is not possible. So the G can't be the lie. There's no G. So it's the H or the T. You could do something like fists if the H was the lie. If the T is the lie, then you've got that. Or no T, but You could also do fishy. If the T was the lie. Let's see, is that a fishy idea? Okay, well, the F is clearly the lie. Everything else is true. So this is the lie. That's true. So it's, so it's F-I something T-H? Filth. Filth. Oh, not quite, still lying. Okay, fifth. It's gonna be the L that's the lie. Oh, man. All right, well, that was a fishy ending there with their filthy lies of giving me all greens when it's not the answer. But let me know if you had to fight hard to get to the solution today, or maybe you got it on your 5th guess. Unfortunately, I got it on my 6th instead of my 5th. If I'd thought of 5th instead of filth, I might have gotten it on my 5th guess, which would have been appropriate. But at any rate, let me know how it went for you today. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more.